We become what we repeatedly do, Sean Covey. My friends, if you want to be a market master, a charting expert, if you want to be a trader extraordinaire, an investor, do it every day. 10 to 15 minutes, that is all we ask. I emphasized that today in our live Patreon Q&A. If you're not a Patreon member, you missed out on it. If you are a Patreon member, you weren't able to join us, check your email and also check the Patreon page. I just uploaded the 45-minute or so training. Lots of good stuff there. Let's jump into the charts today. Check it out, friends. The short position we took on the S&P 500 when we had the crossover going down on the STC back in the afternoon on May the 5th. Has given us what? 5.06% return in just a few short days. Of course, how did that work? Well, in a number of ways. First, we're below the 200 EMA, one of the requirements for jumping in on the half-day chart. Second, we had the 2-day and the weekly chart working with us. We're at a negative 15, which on our success multiplier formula is as high as things get. It's the biggest wave going down that you get, and it worked quite well for us. Boom. In and out successfully on that practice trade. I hope you did it with us. If you didn't, why didn't you? That is where we ended the day. S&P, we see the half day going down, 2-day going down, weekly going down, took our profit and out. What about the NASDAQ 100? Bam, same thing happened today. We jumped in there in the afternoon on May the 5th, and it rocketed down also. The S&P down 1.59% for today. The NASDAQ 100 down 2.99%, also cashed out of that one on the practice trade, down 7%. How hard is this to do? Well, if you follow the rules, it's not that hard, my friends. Does everyone work? No, they don't. But the ones that do, at a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, they work out pretty well, don't they? That always winning formula, if you've not taken that training, you need to. Very important. Here's one that did not work. This is 20-year bonds. Jumped in on it. It is below the 200 EMA. The weekly and the 2-day are going down. We jumped in. Now, we talked about you could have gotten out when things went green. They went green, a day and a half, 2 days ago. Well, a day ago, counting today, yesterday. And what happened is we saw the STC go from red to green, jumped out. I think it was 1.17% we would have made on that. And of course, what did we do? We jumped out, and again, we saw it run on up. You could have triggered just a little bit of a loss there if you stayed in. We did not. We pulled out. Only made 1.17%, not 5.32. But you know what? That's okay on a trade that didn't work. That is all right. Didn't lose anything. And again, like we said, on these other trades, made 5.06%. On this one, 7%. So if we have one that doesn't work out fully and only achieves a 1.17% return, that's okay. You got to practice trade this stuff with us. Remember, we're not a stock calling service. We're an education firm. Want you to practice this. See if you can make it work. Now, what is gold going to do for us? We jumped in on gold, hoping to see it in a short position, move down 3.62%. Is that going to work? Don't know if it is. Still in the red on the STC. We've touched up against our jumping in point. Haven't lost anything yet. Of course, when you go from red candles to green candles, you can pull your trade. The STC hasn't turned over on us yet, but we'll wait, watch, and see how things go. That may or may not work on gold. Like I said, up 0.82%. So we'll keep our eye on how things are going. The rest of gold, of course, is heading down, both the weekly and the 2-day. Same on 20-year bonds, all of that. Down, down, down. Now, what do we see Oh, well, and this is something important to point out too. Own bonds. What are we looking at here? It's what we call a pull-up. Everything's still negative. When it rotates back over going down, what are we going to do? We're going to jump into another down move on bonds. TBF, Tango Bravo Foxtrot, is the short fund that we get into, Tango Bravo Foxtrot, unless, of course, we are looking at a put trade. But what's nice on the S&P 500, NASDAQ 100 20-year bonds, we have inverse funds that, of course, go down when the underlying ETF goes up. And they go up, importantly, when the underlying asset goes down. So we always have that possibility when it comes to the NASDAQ 100 20-year bonds and the S&P 500. Keep that in mind, my friends. Now, lastly, let's go and take a look at what's going on with Bitcoin on the Bitcoin future, XBTF. What do we see here? Well, of course, we had that successful trade down 13.61% on a short position that ended a couple of days ago. Things are still moving down. Could you have stayed in? Yeah. I mean, we were happy with 13.61%, but you can always stay in. Or how about this? When you hit your profit, if things are still looking good, still have nice strong down candles, and you're still going in the right direction on the STC, why not sell half your position, lock that profit in, and let the rest of it ride? Again, these are options if you know what you're doing, if you practice trading, if you're seeing success. That is where we are, my friends, for our Patreon members. Besides that live Q&A I've already sent out to you, as soon as I finish this training, I'm going to record the charting crypto for you for the week. So it is coming. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.